Alright, so before we get into the video, I just wanted to say thank you so much for clicking on the video, and that if you guys are new here or have been around and haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell down below. It's the best way to support my channel and make sure you are notified for all future videos. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into it. Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another Slime Isekai Memories video. So today I have for you kind of a who you should choose for the 5-star battle character and 5-star protection character free choice tickets. Now, to be fair, you do have 5 months. You basically have 5 months to decide who you want. The banner, or like the bazaar, won't change. It goes up from launch all the way up till October 28th. So everything up until Dark 2.0 you can choose. So don't wait hoping that the bazaar will update, because it just won't. So for the battle characters, obviously before anything, if you have a specific unit that you like, that you love so much, and you don't have them, then go for it. Like, if you don't care about meta, if you don't care about anything, and you just want the unit, go for it, right? There's no point in not going for the character that you really enjoy. But if you're kind of thinking about maybe who should I get and who works well with my teams and stuff, this is like a path that I think most players should go down. So obviously we're just gonna go straight for it. If you don't have this character, you should probably get this character. You should get this character immediately. Masked Hero. Space 1.0 Masked Hero right here at the bottom. She is just such a good support unit. She's one of the best support units in the entire game, if not the best. Her rewind is just so good. It's a relatively cheap skill, and you get an extra turn, which can help you set up buffs. It can help you set up ults, set up skill points, protection gauge, everything. It can give you more time in Heroes Jubilee and other events as well. All in all, it's a really amazing skill, and she also has a crit rate up skill, which is always useful, right? It's like a cherry on top. But her main thing, the rewind, is just really good. Her trait is pretty decent. It's protection gauge every 2 or 3 turns, I believe. Let me check the wiki real quick. Yeah, every 3 turns she will give you protection gauge, which is like another, it's like the cherry stem on top, right? Her main thing is the rewind, and she's just really good. If you don't have her, I'd say immediately you should get her, because you will get a lot of use and a lot of mileage out of this specific character. Aside from the hero, if you already have the hero and you're not aiming for a specific unit, like that's your favorite, then I'd probably cut out Earth 2.0 and 1.0, and probably the older dark units. You might think, hey, maybe I could get Dark Milim and all that stuff for the protection trait, but you can always get them in the general banner. Dark Diablo, he's not bad. He does have an 80% soul of combo buff, but he also has a weird counterattack rate and counter power skill, which is just confusing. He's not bad, but I don't think he's worth your ticket. I'd probably say Water Hinata is one of the top ones. Water Hinata or Water Shuna, or maybe Water Shion if you already have the former, but you don't have the water team support. Water Shion support can be really good. It can help you put out a lot of damage. Her trait's not bad. Protection gauge every 2 turns. Water Shuna is pretty good. Milim does the same. The new Dark 2.0 Milim does the same thing she does, but Water Shuna has the orange to blue orb change, which is good for her team and other teams when you're aiming for protection gauge. And obviously Hinata just does an insane amount of damage. So those characters will work. They work best with Water Milim, so if you don't have them and you're aiming for that, I'd probably say you should get Water Milim. But I mean, if you have her and you don't have one of these units, I'd probably say get one of those units. Wind 2.0, I'd probably say, unless you're desperate, then I guess you want to get Wind Diablo. I'd say Wind Diablo is the only character you'd want to pull. Everyone else can get out the general banner except Dino and Trainee, and Dino and Trainee are kind of mid. They're not that great. Wind Diablo is not bad. You need to have the Wind 2.0 units to clear Tempered Edge. So if you're trying to clear that and you don't have Wind Diablo, now's your chance. If you don't have Light 2.0, Light Xion or Light Rimuru can be good. I don't know about Daggerul. Daggerul is pretty niche. You just don't see him too often. Xion is really good, but she needs Shizue. And Rimuru is good, but he works best on the Light 2.0 team. Outside of that, he's not bad because his trait is Protection Gauge, but you'd probably just use someone else. Fire, we're just, there's really no fire units you'd want to get. Earth 1.0, 2.0. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but Earth 1.0 you can get in the general banner. Earth 2.0 is just kind of meh. Not really that great either. If you really like these characters, then you can, or if your Earth team is really lacking, then you can for Earth 2.0, but Earth 1.0, I'd say definitely not. They're in the general banner now, so there's no point. Space is probably, Space 2.0 is one that I would say can be pretty good. Velzard and Leon are decent. Velzard's Frostbite is not bad. She has the orb change for blue to green. Leon is a good AoE DPS with his physical resistance down and his own Soul of Combos buff for 80%. He's not bad, he can do really decent damage. I only have him at level 80 and he still put in work. So he's definitely not a bad unit. Rain, I would probably say not. You don't really need her. She just doesn't do much overall. And I mean, you could get the Space 1.0 units, I guess, if you don't have them. Like, Space Milim is obviously really good. She's still a solid DPS 6 months later. Tarian's not bad. He's not needed, but he does bring extra support, which is always useful. So overall, I'd probably say hero, or like favorite unit, hero, like water 2.0 units, light 2.0 if you're planning to get Shizue, or if you have Shizue, then space 2.0, and then everything else, which, I mean, at that point you might, I don't know, I don't really think it's worth it. Those units might return later, but yeah, I'd probably say that. So favorite unit, hero, water 2.0, light 2.0, space 2.0, and then everything else. So moving into protection characters, this will be much easier. Obviously, favorite unit aside, the recommended ones that I would say, Water Milim is really good if you don't have her. Light Shizue is really, really good. I'd probably say she's number 1. Water Milim is 2. Hakuro as well, but he's in the general banner now, so I don't know if you really need to pull him out of here. You can just use this, just summon in summons and then pull him out of that. The chances are a bit lower, but you can get Hakuro out of the general banner. So you could honestly wait, because you do have 5 months. Could wait a little bit. Guy is not a bad protection unit. If you don't have him, I'd say he's worth it to pick up. I really like using him, especially with Misery. He can help you on a few like Hero's Jubilee and also a few Tempered Edge stages. He's just pretty useful, just giving you a lot of skill points and a lot of ult gauge just over and over and over again. So yeah, Space Veldora is not bad if you don't have him. He's still pretty decent. And surprisingly, a character I'm gonna say, this Dark Rimuru Protector. The only reason I say that is because he's surprisingly really good in Valor Cup. You may be like, really? The protection unit that we thought was really bad actually turned out to be somewhat pretty useful in Valor Cup. You can just run I know someone on Joker's Discord, shout out to Balls, his name is Balls, on Discord at least, and he uses this Dark Rimuru and the full Dark team, and he just brings them into every element. And you get the 50% defense increase for 2 turns, the Dark attack by 15% for 2 turns, and the skill cost reduction by 20. And it actually works pretty well. Apparently, you don't really take that much damage, if at all. He takes 1, but his units are jacked. Like they have so the really good gear and all that stuff. So it's a 500k EP team. It's pretty insane. But if you're looking for a unit that can work well and you don't have him, Dark Rimuru might be a decent pickup for you. He works really well in Valor Cup. His design is cool. Outside of that, he might not be that useful, but in Valor Cup specifically, apparently he seems to work pretty well. So a surprise. But I'd probably say Shizue Shizue, Watermelon, Hakuro. Hakuro is a little bit shaky because you could just get him in General Banner. Dark Rimuru, or Guy, Dark Rimuru, and then pretty much anyone underneath that, I think. Or Space Veldora as well, and then anyone underneath that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know down below who you guys chose and why, if you're gonna buy this pack or not. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.